Hello again. This is going to be a very brief introduction to get you started on the Shaping Outcomes course. That's a self-paced tutorial on outcomes-based program evaluation. The course was originally funded by the Institute for Museum and Library Services, or IMLS, as an instructor-led course intended for applicants seeking funding for an IMLS grant. I took the course myself, both as a grant applicant for our department and later as a grant evaluator for IMLS. Some of you may know that I wrote the grant that resulted in the creation of the Digital Curation Certificate and a few other grants for the college, as well as grants for us and other organizations to the National Science Foundation, the Department of Education, and other agencies. Understanding outcomes-based program evaluation is critical to successful grant writing, and knowing how to evaluate programs and projects is still a key skill in understanding how to manage them. The logic model, as we've alluded to earlier in the course, is a method of both planning and program evaluation that helps institutions articulate clear program benefits, measure program benefits, and clarify the specific individuals or groups for which the program's benefits are intended, and design program services to reach that audience and achieve the desired results. You'll learn exactly what logic models are about as you go through the Shaping Outcomes course. There's a separate set of instructions for your group project, but basically what we want to do over the next 5 units, as the Shaping Outcomes course is divided into 5 modules, is apply the Shaping Outcomes process to your group projects, so that as you plan your projects according to standard methodologies and practices, you have effectively also provided good program evaluation methodologies to them. In part, what that will involve is making sure your group project is one that can be successfully evaluated. In other words, design your project with evaluation in mind. So as you choose your project and develop the details, think about these things that logic models will evaluate. First, does your project have a discrete beginning, middle, and end? Second, does your project align well with the organization's mission? Third, will the inputs, or what you will put into the project in terms of staff, money, and resources, be sufficient and realistic to accomplish what is proposed? Fourth, will the activities achieve the services needed? That is, will the project do what you say it will do? Fifth, will the project make a difference? That is, will there be changes in the skills, behavior, attitudes, knowledge, status, or condition of the target audience? Sixth, are your indicators, thinking of key performance indicators, measurable at the end of the project? And do they relate to your program outcomes? And are they realistic based on the program staff and budget? Seventh, are the data sources you are using appropriate for the indicators and outcomes? And finally, are your targets realistic? Are they based on anything other than pure conjecture? The more of these you can hit, the better you will be able to apply logic model evaluation to your project. To begin with, visit the link provided in the module plan for Module A Overview. This will provide the first introduction to the course. As you go through the course, be sure to select all the options. There will be examples for both museums and libraries. Be sure to go through both example tracks. In many places, there will be hover over questions that you should review or pop-up more detail options that you should look at. You may wish to review the orientation section located along the top menu. This provides an overview of the course structure and also provides some troubleshooting tips if you have difficulties. The course does require JavaScript for all the navigation to be enabled, so if you're having difficulties, you may need to try a different browser. Also, you won't need it in the first module, but there's a downloadable copy of the logic model worksheet available along the top navigation bar if you want to download and preview it. You'll complete this worksheet over the course of the remaining 4 modules as it applies to your final project. That's probably enough to get you started. If you have any questions or problems with the site, post into Ask the Instructor. Otherwise, there may be a discussion question from time to time, and I look forward to your feedback on this resource. I think you'll find it both interesting and useful.